Did you know there's an eighth continent on our planet that you probably never heard of? No, I'm not talking about Atlantis or your uncle's backyard. I'm talking about Zealandia. Yes, Zealandia. Discovered a mere 2 decades ago, it's a landmass almost half the size of Australia, nestled in the southwest Pacific Ocean. Here's the catch though, it's mostly underwater, about 94% of it to be precise. While we're on the subject, let's talk bathymetry, the study of underwater depth of ocean floors or lake floors. Sounds like a fancy term for bathtub measurements, doesn't it? But it was through bathymetry that scientists stumbled upon this hidden gem of a continent. So next time someone asks you about the continents, be sure to mention Zealandia. You'll either blow their minds or they'll think you've lost yours. Now, Zealandia wasn't always playing hide-and-seek under the ocean. It had its moment in the sun, quite literally. Picture this. Millions of years ago, Zealandia was part of a big, happy family called the supercontinent Gondwana. This massive landmass included what we now know as Africa, South America, Antarctica, India, Australia, and of course, Zealandia. But Zealandia was a bit of a rebel. Around 85 million years ago, it decided to pack its bags and leave the supercontinent. You could say it was going through its continental teen phase. It wanted to see the world, to be independent. So Zealandia broke away, literally tearing itself apart from Gondwana. But as it happens in life, things didn't go quite as planned. Zealandia started sinking, slowly but surely, beneath the ocean's surface. Think of it as moving out, then realizing you can't actually afford rent and groceries. Not quite the glamorous independence Zealandia had in mind, huh? This sinking was due to the thinning of Zealandia's crust. And before it knew it, Zealandia found itself mostly underwater, with only a few parts of it poking above the surface. Talk about a fall from grace. So Zealandia is like that friend who was living the high life, then suddenly you find them sleeping on your couch. Life's tough, kid. You might think Zealandia is a bit of a loner, but it's teeming with life. And we're not just talking about fish with a penchant for deep-sea living. Down here, it's a different world altogether. Zealandia's ecosystem is unique, with elements that you won't find anywhere else on the planet. For starters, think about the lush green landscapes, the towering ferns, and the moss that appears to have a life of its own. It's like stepping into a fantasy novel, except it's all very real. Let's not forget about the fauna. New Zealand, the part of Zealandia that's above water, is home to a myriad of curious creatures. There's the tuatara, a reptile that's been around since the time of the dinosaurs, cheeky key parrots known for their intelligence, and the weta, an insect that would give any Hollywood monster a run for its money. And then there's the kiwi bird, Zealandia's most famous resident. This little flightless bird is so iconic it's become a nickname for New Zealanders themselves. But don't let its size fool you. The kiwi bird might look adorable, but it's a survivor, thriving in a land that's mostly underwater. Talk about making the best out of a tricky situation. So, if you ever visit, remember to respect the locals, especially the Kiwis. They've got a continent named after them after all. So what's next for our submerged friend Zealandia? Should we start investing in underwater real estate? Well, while that might be a bit premature, Zealandia continues to be a hotbed of scientific exploration and discovery. Researchers from around the globe are digging, or rather snorkeling, deep into Zealandia's secrets. They're hoping to unearth more about our planet's tectonic history and how Zealandia ended up playing hide-and-seek with us for so long. What's more, they're also investigating Zealandia's unique biodiversity. Who knows? Maybe they'll discover a species of fish that can play the banjo. Now, wouldn't that be something? And let's not forget, if you're looking for a place to avoid those pesky in-laws, Zealandia might just be your best bet. And there you have it, the eighth continent Zealandia. Submerged, mysterious, and possibly the future location of your beachfront property. Remember, you heard it here first.